Hi Zoe, hi YouTube. Right, a couple of people have asked if I will do a how I colour my pictures video. So yeah, I'm going to give it a go. Now I've got a very weird camera set up. I'm going to be leaning over it to colour, so that'll be fun. I can only do something simple, so as you can see there's a very simple picture in front of you. Because my camera battery only lasts 30 minutes, so I doubt we get anything. Well, I mean, most of my colourings take about 4 to 6 hours, so we won't get that done. So we're going to try and colour in pebbles. I've already picked the colours to save time, so I block colour. That's my favourite way of colouring. I've done this ever since I did just GCSE art and A-level art. I was, with my GCSE exams, I was asked to pick a artist that I liked or a art style and then do my GCSE coursework in it, and I picked pop art. I love how it's really bold colours, it's bright and comes off the page. There's not a lot of shading in it, but you do sort of block colour it, and I will show you how to block colour it. Now I've loved that all my life. I mean, I can do obviously shading and other things, but I just like how it all pops out the page, so I've stuck with it. And of course I like to colour things like Hannah Lynn and more cartoony type things rather than real things, so it works for me, and really go with your strengths. So how I start is I usually find a reference picture. If it's something, you know, like a character that has colours already. I mean, obviously if it's a Hannah Lynn picture I can pick my own colours. So this is a horrible glare, but yeah, you can see there's, you know, bam 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 pebbles. So just to get the colours. They're, as you see, they're not block coloured, they're completely just straight coloured there, but obviously digitally. And then so what I've done is you can pick 2 or 3 of each colour you need. So her hair, as you saw, was orange, so I have gone for an Olip number 33 and a Uhura 23. So I have a light colour and a dark colour. Now you can pick 3, so you'd have a light, medium and a dark, which I will do with her skin tone. But let's get on with a bit of colouring, otherwise we'll run out of time. So we're just going to go in and colour her hair. I like to use the chisel tip. On the Olip, the chisel tips are not fantastic, but you can obviously get quite a lot of coverage done quite quickly. So I just go in, go over, try and keep, if you're using the chisel tip, try and keep everything as damp as possible, and then you won't get any of those horrible streaky lines that everybody says, oh, I don't like colouring markers because I get streaky lines. That's a lie, you just need to colour correctly. So yeah, go in, like that. Now, you see the corners are difficult, but you can get in with the chisel tip, tiny little tip. So, hope you can see this all right. Yeah, you look like you can. There we go, so going in. Sometimes, like with the Olip, they do bleed over the side like that, but I will show you how you can sort that out afterwards. It is just a thing of markers, you are going to get bleed over. Sometimes you can hide it, like if you're colouring something and it's you're going to be doing the next colour is darker, that will obviously hide it. As you see, I let that dry out a little bit and it's got a little bit of a blemish, but it's fine because it's top of her head anyway. So then what I usually do is let that dry because they are very juicy. So what I'll do is I'm just going to move on to her top. I know I haven't done the top of her hair, but I'm just going to sort of show you that bit with how I block shade. So I'm just going to do her top while that dries out. And for that I've picked just green top. So I've gone with the 56 Olip and the 59 Olip. 59 being the lighter colour. And we'll just get her top. I'm going in with the non-chisel, the ball point on this one. Ball point. Bullet, that's the one I'm looking for. Just because it won't actually be streaky on this one, because it's got all this pattern in it, so you won't actually see it. So there you go. That hides that, doesn't it? So yeah, just get in round quick. I like easy pictures. Most of my pictures take so long, as I imagine everybody else's does. Right, we're in. There we go. So just let the green one dry and we go back to the orange one. So now I've done the lighter one, so we're going to do the darker one. Now this may seem easy as anything, but we're just going to go around the edges like that. And you want a nice straight line like then, just to bring out, this is what we mean by block shading. You are just doing the edges. So around we go, like that, like that. And next I'm going to do a skin tone. So one, we can see how we're going to hide those little bits that we've gone over. Now this bit, because this is behind her, I would just colour this bit sort of in. Do you know what I mean? So we're not literally going around the edges and just, you know, not putting a bit of shade in. We can make them a bit darker. So like you can make it a bit thicker line on some areas, thinner line on other areas. On the face will be where I can show you that better. But yeah, that still wasn't quite dry. I mean, this is not good paper, to be fair. This is from my very cheap Cartoon Network one, so the paper takes a while to dry, but yeah, it's gone all right. And as you can see, that sort of stands out like bold, doesn't it? Right, then same again, go round her shirt. How are we doing? 7 minutes, we're okay. So behind her arm here, we're going to go right up, and then under her neck we're going to go right up. So this bit we're just going to do all dark because it's in shade. So under her arm is obviously going to be in a bit of shade. Then I just do down the side of the clothing, so going around the outsides of the thing. Then this obviously is under her clothing, so you know, the underside of her clothing, so that would be dark. And then round the edges. On some pictures it actually gives you sort of like an indication. I can't really see it on any of these. Oh, actually on Bam Bam's mallet here, like say you coloured it all in a light brown, right? Then you can see he's got like these details in, so you'd go down the details with the dark brown as well, and then that one, because it curves over, you'd fill it in because it's a nook type thing, and then around the edges, and it will look really, really good. Okay, so we're going to go over to her face. Right, on her face I've chosen 3. I've gone in with my favourite ones. Everyone seems to be this colour. Apart from obviously if I'm doing ladies of colour, then I have a different format. Oh, crumb on her. Right, so I've gone with the Elite 131, and that's skin white. Okay, which would make sense. And then I've picked up the Touch No fruit pink, which is number 28, and then I've got Pro Marker. Oh, good old Pro Marker. Coral. Okay, I generally don't use my Pro Markers on the cheap paper because cheap paper eats the Pro Markers, and I love the Pro Markers. Don't eat the paper. Don't eat my Pro Markers. So right, we're gonna go in first of all with the skin white and just get all her skin covered. Then I'm kind of worried for when this one runs out. I have I have a few sets of markers. So I have the Touch New skin colours. Okay, some of them are good and some of them are really weird, like, you know, you'd never be that colour. And then I also have, what did I get first? Oh, I got the Ahura pens. They're pretty good. I like the Ahura pens. And the Leap, they are the ones I got most recently. Thought I'd give them a go. I mean, they were so cheap. I think they were like 20 quid for 80 pens. So, you know, can't really go wrong there, can you? And then I also have the Stationery Island. Oh, and I love the Stationery Island as... Oh, hello. They are fantastic for doing the background. So good. The bullet tip is a little hard, but the chisel end is so juicy and so soft, and you can get major coverage. I mean, you can just do the whole background. Unfortunately, some of them are running out now because, I mean, they've been doing well though. I mean, I think I bought them near the beginning of lockdown, so yeah, they're actually doing pretty well. Right, just nattering away while I'm waiting for that to dry off a little bit. Now, I'm just going to show you how to get rid of when you've gone over a little bit. Now, if you've gone over onto the white, then you can obviously use a white jelly roll. Just do a little tick, get rid of it, type thin. Obviously, if you've gone over onto the skin, now, sometimes you can, when you use the next colour, when you go around the edge, you can run over it a little bit and it will sort of wash itself out like you're wiping it away. But sometimes I just get a very fine line one. Let's just make sure this one's... I've got a lot of blunt ones, I kind of keep them. And then you can just make the black line a little bit thicker. And then you're hiding. There you go. Gone. It's gone. How easy was that? Do need to wait for it to dry. If you do it while it's wet, your black fine liner will just go and you'll end up with just like a big smudgy nightmare. So my next one is Fruit Pink. I'm going to go in with this one and we're going to go around the edges. I must say the Touch New, and I'm going to go slightly deeper on the top of it because the hair's over there. The Touch New ones have a very soft nib, which I do like. And we go around the side of her face and go up the side of her finger because that's there. Then I'm just going to bring it slightly thicker on her cheek, and then face round the hairline, and there we go, around the hairline. And ta-da. Right, then we're going to just go do where her eyelashes is, under her eyebrow, a tiny bit under her eyes, her nose, the little cheeky bits that are, you know, to her mouth, and we're just going to go and do that side of her mouth. A tiny bit there. Okay, right. Let that dry. Okay, what should we do while we're waiting for that to dry? Because I need that properly dry because otherwise the Pro Marker is going to do a nice seepy thing. So we're just going to colour her knickerbockers in. So I'm doing this on the light turquoisey colour 68 Leap. Oh, we're using all the Leaps today. So, but it's because my Stationery Island are running a bit low. And I won't use Pro Marker on here. So, yeah. Get those knickerbockers in, then we get our... I don't usually do it back and forwards like this. I always save the skin to last because I actually really enjoy doing skin. I love doing the shading for it. It's I just really like it. On more detailed pictures and not pebbles, I can do a bit more sort of like detailing and do sort of like more shading in the face and that sort of stuff, but as this is just a very basic one to sort of show you how I do this, then you know that's where we're going to go with it. I can still feel that feels a bit damp. God. On your nice normal paper, if you've got like Hannah Lynn paper or anybody who does proper paper, then you won't be waiting so long for it to dry. Alright, let's just get that leg in. Do you know, we might actually manage to colour her all in. That'd be exciting, wouldn't it? Right, have I got all the skin? Yep, all the skin's done. Right. Okay, then. Yeah, it feels alright. Okay, so now we're going to go in with, like, that was just sort of like a shadow from, you know, and it's, I don't know if you can, I mean, yeah, you can just about see it on the camera. I hope you can see it. Oh yeah, you can see it a bit. So it just gives a shadow of like the hair and the eyelashes and stuff like that. Now this is what's going to pick it out and give it some detail. So you have to think on where you're putting your third colour. So, and try and go for like properly shadowy bits. So I'm going to start with, like, this bit of hair is overlapping her ear, so it would have a bit more of a shadow. Okay, this corner I would shadow in because that's going to be pretty dark on that side. And then also I would shadow this bit of hair here. Now you don't have to go round doing the whole thing because you don't want to do that, because then you're just going over what you did already. Right, we're going to bring her eyelashes in as well. Not on that side obviously. And then just like the very sort of tip of her nose, and then a little bit of her cheeks there, and then just sort of like by her finger as well. So as you can see, that's just sort of building up a little bit of sort of contrast and depth type thing. So yeah, there you go. She's we'll put a little bit there and a little bit there. So yeah, she's looking pretty good, like she's got a blush on. Right, let's do the dark colour of the knickerbockers. So around the edges, like that. And sometimes where they meet, like you might go around the lines and they, like you saw there was a little bit that meets, just colour it in. So you only want sort of like big patches of light, not like little scrawny scraggly bits. And then what I do is, if it's turned into a triangle, I just round off the edges a little bit as well, because nobody wants triangle shadows. So yep, that's that one. Then right, I'm going to show you the white pen actually where we get this. So I would never do this right till the end usually, but I'm conscious of time. So with the white pen, I generally add in little bits of light. So on her hairs, this is a expanse of just wow, hair. I might just put like 2 little lines like that, just to show, you know, that she's got light on the top of her head. And then where there's black things, like I will add the light of her eyes, maybe, if it's just all black. Oh, I'm going to show you how I do eyes as well. I have no idea what colour Pebble's eyes are. What should we give her? Should we just make it up? Let's give her blue eyes. Right. So, I need a very... I wasn't prepared for this, was I? I need a very light blue. No, I don't want denim blue. Then let's go with pearl blue, and then use my favourite... Oh no, it's sky. I'm going to go with 3. If our eyes are big enough. So, we obviously have, in our eyes, we have black colour and then white. Okay? So, I'm going to put the light shade there. So we still got the white, we got the black. Ooh, the other eye might help. So remember to always leave a bit of white. Right, these are pro markers. Hopefully they're going to dry a bit quicker. And then this is just solely how I do eyes, so I hope you can see in there. Try and zoom you in a bit. Oh, we've gone fuzzy. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman. No, you've gone proper fuzzy, haven't you? Well, hopefully you can see this. And then what I do is just at the tops, I go in with the darker shade of blue. Okay. And then we just wait for that to have a little dry as well, because I don't want them to blend together, I want them to be bold. Right, let's just go round her arm while we're waiting. So fingers, there you go. Ooh, behind would be dark, under her neck would be dark, insides of her fingers will be dark. Okay, and yet again you can pick that out with the coral. So outside her arm, inside where it's folding, under t-shirt, round and up. So highlight it, then dry. Then what I do is with the darker coral go under her neck, that finger there because that's bent over, inside of that finger, inside of that finger, inside of that finger, definitely that arm join there, and then under her t-shirt, then a little bit on her elbow. So there's her. You see she's forming now, isn't she? Not so fuzzy for you, it's kind of fuzzy wuzzy. Okay, then back to her eye. And we'll just do the very darkest blue just at the very top. So you've got layers. There we go, and as you can see that gives us sort of like a nice eye. Now this generally works for more for cartoon characters than, you know, human looking ones. And then I've just gone with a light pink on her tongue and just darker pink at the back. So we're using the same format as we've done for the eye, but just with 2 pinks. So further back is darker in her mouth. Then right, we're 22 minutes. So let's just try and finish her off if you're alright to hang around. Now if you have got this far and you're enjoying this and you'd like to see me colour Bam Bam, then I want you to write in the comments Bam Bam. You know, that's logical, isn't it? I will obviously try and find something to chat about. So yep, going around and under the line of the top. Now you see that all really just coloured in, didn't it? So what I do with that is I just colour it in, basically. So it's all in shade there. Then round the top of her legs, to the join, round there, in between the toes, that little bit foot, and there. And this leg's going to be shadowed because obviously this leg is against, or in front of this leg. Round, foot. That side of the foot a bit more shadowed. Up and under there. And lastly, let's just get her finger would be quite shady there. The finger behind would be probably shady. Down the arm. Behind that hand, all shaded. Because it's in the dark, really. Right, that's made a funny little line there, and we'll take that line out. We don't want that. So we just got like a little bit of light on her foot. Oh, you can't see her foot. Sorry. So yeah, I've just taken the shaded all that bit in and left a little bit of light on her foot, and then sorry about that. And then as you can see, I did the join there and whatnot. I'm sorry, I forgot I was zoomed in. Let's come back out again. Oh, wrong way. As I said, this is my first time at doing a colouring one. Okay, then we're gonna see that has not dried very nicely. Cheap paper. Right, okay, so we've done a face, we did that arm. So this one we're going to do a little bit dark under there because that's obviously shadowing from her chin and her hand. And the same under that finger there. Along the arm. This one back here is going to be quite dark and she's pressing against his muscles, so that would be a bit darker there. Then we've coloured all her tummy in. On the second shade, so we're just going to do a line there to show the t-shirt is dark, and that under her knickerbockers, round that knee there, and down the back, in between her toes, and that side of the foot. In between her toes, that little join there, and that little join there. And her kneecap. Oh, and her sole of her foot. And we can just do that toe, because that toe's sort of pressing onto the floor. So, yep, that's all doing well. And I just have got to just do the top of her hair. Am I going to do any more white? Yes, I want, with the white gel pen, I will, because these are just black by themselves, I don't really like them, is I will just add like a little bit of white to them, and it just sort of like makes them look less, and I'm just going to put a little bit of white in her belly button. You can also do, what's quite nice is you can also do like, not on this because she hasn't really got nails, but you can just put the whites in the nails as well, and that sort of like makes them shine out and whatnot. So 26, will we have time to just do her hair quickly? Don't know. Right, quick. Okay, on the clock now. So feel free to leave comments and ask any questions. I do get back to you eventually when I see them. Don't know. Run out of things to say now. It's probably a good job I'm not doing any more than half an hour. I would definitely run out of things to say. I do watch everyone else's colour and chats, and it's nice to hear everybody. I don't know what colour her hair thingy is. I don't just have a reference. Oh, it's part of her hair. Oh, well, there you go. Learn something new every day. So that is just tucked into her hair. So with that, I know the bone is white. Oh yeah, I wonder if I can just show you how I do. Like if something is already white, in the Touch No markers, they have a milky white and a pearl white. We're going to go with the milky white. And really, you just go round the edges like you were shading. Can you see I've like gone over with the orange a bit here. Just going to take that orange back out again. Right, so I'm going to go with the shady bit along, round. And then you're just leaving the white colour in there. So like if it's a very white thing. And there you go. See, you can like, I don't think you can properly see it on there, but it does leave the white and still makes it look a little bit bolder, which is good. Then in with our last bit of orange. So around there, up the two ticks. So this is what I mean where they put something in for you. So like they do these little ticks. It sort of indicates that you can shade there, or that's how I use them anyway. So when it's got lines on it, then just use them. And then that one there, that bit of hair behind is behind, so it's just going to have a bit thicker bit. Last bits. Ta-da! And then I'm just going to tidy up that thing because it did just have a little bleed over there. Highly annoying. A little bleed over there. A little tidy up. So there we go. Right, let's see if I can it doesn't want to do anything now, my camera. It's having a meltdown, so I'm going to prise you off the table. Oh, we're getting to the last couple of minutes. And there we go. So, doesn't she look lovely? So if you've liked this, please like, feel free to subscribe, and please leave me comments. I love reading them. And I hope you've enjoyed this, and everybody have a fantastic day. Bye!